culture of data sharing into a curriculum itself. But many people do not do this for lack of time, resource, or expertise. They think, I've used the data, but I don't have time to put it in a repository. I don't have time to do any of those things. But in US, it's becoming mandatory. The grant funding agencies are saying that you need to put your data as well in the repository, in the open access repository. Probably if we have, India, we have started with open access publishing. So we have institutional repositories which are getting slowly mandated over different institutions. If we have the same story for data as well, it will be a good thing to do. And maybe the professional associations can also make a mandate for their members to put their data in a common repository. Because it could be economical, because you already have data, you can do a secondary research on that, so you don't need to spend money on generating the data all over again. Foremost is in science, particularly, it brings in a good possibility of replication and transparency, and so that tells your results can be verified by anyone else. So when we work in isolation, in unrelated problem, ignoring work that has gone before, we lose the benefit of evaluating each other's work. So the idea of putting the data in a common repository, open repository, is you can evaluate each other's work, analyzing the same problem, probably from a different perspective. So the data life cycle goes like this: as you study concept, you collect your data, and the data processing is done. Immediately it's put onto archive, so that before something happens to that, then the data distribution gets done. But you need to build a discovery layer. That's where the librarians come in, so they build the metadata so that the data can be discovered. Then the data analysis is done, and if there is a mashup and something happens, then the whole thing can be fed back into the whole cycle, so it can be archived. Even a reprocessed data can be archived. So there are quite a large number of websites which deal with this kind of data, which has been done. One is the Stanford Social Sciences Data Collection, and the other one is kind of iAssist. It's a collaborative structure. There you have lots of tools and a big community which is doing this open data curation. Many of us can benefit by just visiting their site and using some of the tools and processes they are using. And this is the Inter-University Consortium for Political and Social Research. This has actually even they can do even third-party curation. You could host your data. We do not have, probably we need to look at, NIC said that probably you can host your data in their platform, in their site itself. One should be possible to host the data. So if you have more and more of such things coming, where a person who doesn't have wherewithal or funding to set up his own data repository should be able to put the data in a common repository.